Alright, this is a quick rundown of my cheese for the From Humble Origins achievement. If you don't know what From Humble Origins requires, you have to start as a custom nation with no more than 51 points, and you have to reach 2000 dev. I know the achievement says 50. You can go to the wiki, every custom nation achievement, like it says, like 800 for Idea Guys. You go on the achievement requirements, it's 801 points. 200 for Odin. You go to the achievement list, it says 201 for Odin. So yeah, 51 points, but 1 point. When you're talking about like a 2% increase in the amount of points you can use, it's not very useful. The cheese comes in from being a pseudo shogun. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can see these guys are all my vassals. I can see all of their troops. I just have royal marriages and no alliances. You can also see that none of them are rebellious. If they were normal vassals, they would absolutely hate me, right? So, for some reason, despite me having the feudal nobility government form, they all still function as if I was the shogun and they were daimyo. And what do I mean if they were daimyo? Look at this guy, he's a duchy. This guy's an independent daimyo. Duchy, independent daimyo. I could go through every nation here. None of them are actually daimyo, but they still act as if they were with regards to their liberty desire. The troops of my other vassals do not calculate into the liberty desire of an individual vassal. The even better part is because they're not daimyo, they can't declare war on the other vassals. So I don't have to worry about like a super big vassal that's a pain to integrate, or like the guy I'm improving relations with declaring war and I can't integrate him anymore, or the guy I'm in the middle of integrating getting annexed or something like that. None of that can happen because they can't declare any wars. So this is almost like, I would say, it might even be stronger than like playing as the regular shogun, purely because of all these benefits. Sure, you integrate a little bit slower because you don't have the like +3 diplo rep government interaction, but like you can, it's so much easier to unite Japan. It's much less of a pain. um, Once you've united Japan, there's a couple different routes you can take. You can play tall, take economic ideas, get the policy with quantity, build universities in every province, and that'll be like minus 50% dev cost, and you can get your 20 dev or 2,000 dev, excuse me, very quickly. Um, Other strategy, devastate the Ming. Devastating the Ming, really not that hard. If you build a larger navy than them, all you really have to do is just blockade their coast and let the devastation do its work, and their mandate will tick down. There's a riskier strategy. You can wait for them to pass a reform, and because their mandate will be at 0, they'll be taking like plus 50% more damage, and that'll really let you shred their troops. But you have to invest a lot in the troop quality and manpower. It would be a big investment if you wanted to do that, because the Ming just start out so much stronger than you, and they're still so much stronger than you even after you integrate all of your vassals. So the other strategy is you can go colonial. I don't like going colonial as Japan. I think it overextends your empire because you constantly have to deal with rebellions. These provinces won't be Shinto. They'll be a completely different culture. They're far away from your country, which means you have to build more transport ships, or you have to constantly keep armies down here. I think it just overextends your empire, and I don't think it's enjoyable or worth it. Um, Same thing with India. There's always that strategy where, like, as the shogun, you could like vassalize these Indian nations to get started on your world conquest. I don't like that for the same reason I don't like colonizing in East Asia. It's just far away. But those are both valid strategies. I just think they're inferior. Um, I think that covers almost everything. A few last minute things. My national ideas, Diplo Rep and income from vassals, I took for obvious reasons. They're both very useful. Um, I took negative traits on my rulers and my consorts, and I didn't start with an heir, and that gave me a lot of extra points to put in my ideas. Because you're not the shogun, you can introduce heirs. Because the shogun has a fixed dynasty, he can't do that. But because you're not, you can like make a save and then just keep saves coming with introduce heir until you get one that's really good. I made this guy, average, because that's just, anything less would be extremely painful. And if he ever dies, I'll just Alt F4. Hopefully it doesn't autosave on me or something like that. If you don't enjoy save scumming, the achievement will be a little bit harder for you, but I mean, that's kind of a given about literally any achievement or any campaign. It's harder if you don't save scum. So that comes down to personal preference. I don't have an issue with it. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So, yeah, you're a pseudo shogun. You make a lot of money, so you can hire advisors and get through your institutions like Renaissance and colonialism real fast. Um, it's you know getting your clay is fairly straightforward. It's easy to play tall. It's easy to conquer the Ming. Um, in my experience, most of the time you will be forcing a collapse, and you'll have to do that through multiple wars. All of these accepted cultures that the Ming have get -5 unrest while in a defensive war, so you'll have to do multiple wars to keep their mandate down, and then during peacetime, the rebels will rise up and break their country. But yeah, that pretty much covers everything. Let me know what I could do better on these videos. I know I'm a grown-ass man with voice cracks, and I know I zoom in and out a lot. It's like my fifth or sixth recording, so trust me, I'm trying to do a better job with these videos. But if you want any like other like more in-depth guides, like I could talk more about colonizing, or I could talk more about how to force a collapse from the Ming, I can do those. But other than that, yeah, leave some feedback below, and thanks for watching.